Well, what do we have here? Shakur Stevenson gets Edwin de los Santos in a new matchup, sources say. This is being reported by ESPN. Let's talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, ESPN is reporting that Shakur Stevenson and Edwin de los Santos have agreed to a deal for a November 16th fight in Vegas for the vacant WBC title. So the title was held by Devin Haney, who is a champion in recess, as he has decided to move up in weight, test the waters at 140 pounds, and he's going to fight Regis PROGRAIS, it looks like. So that leaves a vacancy in the lightweight division. Shakur Stevenson is 20-0 with 10 knockouts, and he was looking for an opponent. It looked like it was going to be a Frank Martin fight for Shakur Stevenson. However, a week after it was announced by ESPN, it was canned for whatever reason. And Shakur Stevenson has alleged that Frank Martin has ducked him, and Frank Martin says, "I ain't duck-ish." Now, I have made several videos about this very subject. It is up to you, the viewer, if you are a fan of boxing, if you're a longtime fan, or you're just joining the sport trying to learn more about the sport of boxing. My name is Ego. I cover boxing for over a decade, and I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. So if you guys want to know what's going on in boxing, be up to date with your boxing news, this is the channel for you. Hit the subscribe button. So now it looks like steps up a 23-year-old fighter from the Dominican Republic, and that's Edwin de los Santos, and he has a 16-1 record with 14 knockouts. Definitely has some power. I think that was on full display in the fight with Jose Valenzuela, aka El Rayo, who trains out of the David Benavidez gym, and that was a firefight. It was a firefight where both guys hurt each other and, were dropping each other, and it was a shootout. And Edwin de los Santos ended up blemishing then undefeated Jose Valenzuela's record by stopping him in that particular fight, which was a surprise because, you even see Valenzuela, I thought he beat Chris Colbert when they fought. So he's definitely a talent with a lot of power himself. And he has a good gym. He trains with Jose Benavidez, Jose Sr., and David Benavidez. And I believe Diego Pacheco is in that gym too. So at the end of the day, Shakur Stevenson, Edwin de los Santos, they just had to keep going down the list. Eastside Pitbull Cruz was high up on the list. See, the WBC played some games here because they started switching around. It was really supposed to be Shakur and Lomachenko. Those were the highest rated fighters within the WBC. And the crazy thing is, the world of boxing at large, old media, they give Lomachenko a pass. Like Lomachenko, is inexcusable. He's supposed to be that guy. He's with Top Rank. He's with ESPN. Shakur's with Top Rank and ESPN. Yet Shakur is not fighting the guy that was the highest rated, that is so celebrated, and that's Vasyl Lomachenko. And then he gets to duck out the back door and possibly fight George Kambosos next year. And there's really no reason why him and Shakur are not fighting. And for that reason, because of Lomachenko and old media and the politics, they had to keep going down the list. Now, I don't know all the details to the Frank Martin fight and why that fell apart or whatever. But to be honest, I'm not sold that. I think something is up. I don't know exactly what, but I think there's some kind of plan in place for Frank Martin, because it just seems like something was up. Either the deal wasn't acceptable, or they got a plan in place for what they want to do with Frank Martin. I don't know. But one thing that's weird about this Shakur Stevenson fight with Edwin de los Santos, I like the fight. Edwin de los Santos is not necessarily a household name. You have to really be a boxing fan to kind of know him. So for Shakur Stevenson, although I'm telling you it's a good fight on paper, I don't think, this is not something you could have put on pay-per-view, put it that way. So as far as the star build with Top Rank and ESPN and Team Shakur Stevenson, I don't know. I think that eludes them at this moment. It eludes them the ability to build Shakur Stevenson versus like someone like a Gervonta Davis. You look at the work that PBC, they did a great job along with GTD Promotions and Calvin Ford and Coach Kenny and Al Heyman. They did a great job moving Gervonta Davis up the ladder, getting him ready for superstardom, you know, having him under the Floyd Mayweather banner for a point of time and then growing wings and doing his own thing, fighting Leo Santa Cruz on pay-per-view. And then after that fight, it's been all pay-per-views and he's never looked back, and they continue to build and he continues to sell from coast to coast. Versus this fight, ESPN made the decision to fight Shakur Stevenson and Edwin De Los Santos, or it could have been, you know, theoretically Frank Martin, whoever, days before the Grand Prix in Vegas. So to be honest, that move in and of itself is a bit weird because I don't feel like there's a crossover audience between Grand Prix and boxing. Like, how many people that are diehard, love the sport, watch everything, boxing fans, how many people literally can sit up here in the comment section and tell me that they watch all the Grand Prix events and race cars? You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like when someone asked Dana White, because there's a merger with the WWE and the UFC, and someone asked Dana White about making an overlap or the same audience or converting fans of wrestling. And he kind of laughed because he was saying there's really no crossover audience. UFC fans are UFC fans, and then people who like wrestling are a completely different crowd, different age group, different demographic, etc. So although I do really like the fight for Shakur Stevenson and Edwin De Los Santos, I don't think it's a star build fight. I'll personally give credit to the winner of this fight, but in terms of building Shakur into a star, because Shakur keeps saying he wants to fight Gervonta Davis and stuff like that, and Davis will always be a side versus Shakur unless Shakur does some memorable things, you know, and fights some big star building fight. But, you know, in and of itself, I think this is a great fight. It's a dangerous fight. Shakur is very talented. He's very skillful. And Edwin De Los Santos showed he can even box in the Adorno fight, in his last fight, and he showed he could shoot it out, got power. He's young. He's been calling out Shakur Stevenson, saying he wants a piece of the action, saying he's the boogeyman and Shakur's ducking and stuff like that. So I think this could have probably the best buildup that we've seen from a Shakur Stevenson fight, because it seems like when the guys get in front of each other, it's possible that there could be some real bad blood where they're not feeling each other. But for more on this and other boxing news, subscribe to the channel. I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. Good fight, Shakur Stevenson versus Edwin De Los Santos. Weird that it's happening on a Thursday before Grand Prix. You know, I haven't really seen many fights in this era on a Thursday. And I don't care about somebody in the comment section said Tommy Hearns fought. I had a best back when boxing, that was like 50 years ago when boxing was on cable TV. I don't care about that. I'm talking about now in the age of social media, you don't really see Thursday fights, but whatever. We'll see what the ratings do. Subscribe. Introducing Super Thanks right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with a $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming,
travel, gym or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.